All right, let's take a look at a Frostgrave expansion, Thaw the Lich Lord. This is basically a campaign setting for Frostgrave. There's 10 adventures in here. They suggest that you go through them like scenario 1 and scenario 2 and scenario 3 all the way to scenario 10, but you can also just say I want to do scenario 5 if you want to. It's about 64 pages. It's a perfect bound book. And the story behind this is that there was an evil wizard that was trying to turn himself undead and become the Lich, and the storm was coming, so he put himself in a sarcophagus to protect himself, and then it got covered by snow and ice and all that, and he couldn't get out. Finally, it's thawed enough that he gets out, and he's continuing his evil plans, and your group is going there to try to take him out. Or maybe, because there's some stuff in here about maybe you kind of join him on his side. You're still competitive with the other players, but the last scenario, you could work together if you want to. And so that's the basic premise here. There's also some new mercenaries in here, some new creatures, magic items, and spells. So we'll take a look at the inside here and see what's going on. All right, inside this, just like all Osprey books, they're wonderfully illustrated, got some good pictures of actual models used in the game, like that there. There we go. So if you've seen Osprey Wargame series books before in Frostgrave and all that, you're familiar with this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the table of contents here. There's only one page of it. So what you got is you got your campaign. Here's the 10 scenarios that you go through. And again, you don't have to do them in order. You can just go, I want to do, this one sounds pretty cool. Let's go do this one. But they do suggest doing them in order. Your new soldiers, there's 4 of them. Some new spells, treasure, and creatures that are available in this supplement. All right, this is scenario 1 called Total Eclipse. You can kind of see here they give a story of what's going on. And if you need to, you can pause to look at that. And this is the only one I'm going to go all the way through to show you what it looks like. The rest of them, I'm going to just show this to see if this interests you. I might talk a little bit about the scenario. So if we go down the setup, just set up like a regular game. Then we got our special rules. So this one has to do with your vision, how far you can see in the game. It's going to be limited in this one. And then how you get treasure and experience. So that's going to be our first scenario, setting up towards taking on the Lich. All right, this is scenario 2, and this is the first part of it. So you can pause it again to look at it, because I'm at the flipped page and let you see the other part of the opening for this scenario, which is up there. And basically this scenario takes place on a frozen river, so you're going to be crossing treacherous ice and stuff like that. All right, scenario 3, loot the cart. Exactly how it sounds. There's rumors of some cultists with a cart full of supplies. And you're thinking, that sounds pretty good. It sounds tempting. Let's see if we can go get it. So that's going to be what this adventure is about. Scenario 4, Storm of Undeath. I will tell you, I'm going to have to turn a page because this is just the first part. The storm's been brewing, it's snowing a lot, and you see green lightning in the distance. And so there's going to be something with this green lightning, and it may affect your party or may not, but apparently this green lightning is bringing the dead back to life. Scenario 5, Run of the Rangifer. I guess that's how you say that. In this one, there's going to be these Rangifers on the tables and some Wraith Knights on the table. Now, are these Rangifers friend or foe? Okay, scenario 6, the House of Long Reach, and that's exactly where you're going to be adventuring on this one. What you're trying to do is find this one chamber in this house, and the only way to reach that chamber is going through one of the teleporting doors. but the teleporting doors are not always reliable. Scenario 7, Lair of the Ghoul King, and that is where you're going to do your adventuring in this part of the scenario. And I'm going to have to turn the page again because the rest of the story is on the next page. Basically, you've gone into his lair and you get trapped. He set up a trap for you. Are you going to be able to escape that trap? Scenario 8, the Dark Cauldron. I am going to have to turn the page to let you see the rest of the story. So I'm going to do that. You've been following a sledge and with some cultists, and it's piled with bodies. And they finally get to a location with a fire with a cauldron on it. And there's some other cultists there, and they're pouring those bodies into the cauldron, and suddenly an arm starts coming out. So can you stop these cultists and their evil plans? Scenario 9, the Bone Wheel. This one basically has some people that are going to be sacrificed. So can you save them to stop the evil plan of the Lich Lord? Scenario 10, the Final Battle. And again, I'm going to have to turn the page so you can see the rest of the story. So now you've made it to the Lich Lord. So when you battle the Lich Lord, of course, through all those other scenarios, you've had opponent or opponents trying to also accomplish the same thing, so they may be trying to stop you. In this one, are you going to work together to try to take out the Lich Lord, or are you going to do a little backstabbing? So can you take out the Lich Lord with help or not? All right, here's our new soldiers. There's 4 of them. I'm going to bring it down here. We can see a little easier here. I'm not going to go through them. You kind of can see there for yourself what they do. And again, if you need to, you could pause the video. So there's the Bard, which helps with will saving throws. The Crowmaster. Javelineer, which is I think, javelin thrower. And then the funniest one, at first I thought, pack mule, what an animal. Actually, it's people. So this is actually a person that can carry stuff for you. So they got a 3 item slot. So those are the new mercenaries that you can hire. All right, these are the new spells. Homunculus, that's how you say it. It's basically if your wizard's going to die, you can use this. It's kind of like a clone. He'll take over the homunculus and not be taken out and die. He won't actually die. So that's what that spell's for. Lichdom is to become a lich, or lichdom, I don't know how you say it, but this is the way you become a lich in the game. And then Revenant is another person you can summon. Basically, if one of your members of your warband dies, you can use the spell to create him as an undead servant. Nice. This is the new treasures you can get for the game. I'm going to zoom in there. And I'm not going to go open it up and we're going to look at these, but this is the names of them. And then we're going to go look at the bestiary. So, there you go. And here's new bestiary, and there's the list of new creatures you can add to the game from this supplement. And they include the Banshee, Blood Crow, Death Cultist, Frost Wraith, Ghoul King, Ranger Fur, Spectre, Wraith Knight, Zombie Troll. Of course, a lot of undead. You'd think that with the Lich King. And then finally, the Lich Lord, which I kind of just want to keep that hidden from you, so be kind of surprised of what he can do. And so that is everything that is in this supplement. All right, what do I think of this? I really do like this. This is kind of thing I was looking for Frostgrave. Instead of this like a miniature skirmish game where we just keep battling each other and trying to collect treasure, this actually has a story to it. And it kind of reminds me of my role-playing days. So I really do like how the story unfolds until you actually get powerful enough to try to take on a Lich Lord. But the thing is, you're not going to probably be able to take them on yourself. You're going to have to use your opponent to help you. But will they help you all the time? That's kind of the tricky thing about this. So if you play Frostgrave and you want to go beyond just the normal missions and actually have a story involved, and also there's a possibility of some cooperative, I'll say possible of some cooperative play and stuff like that, I think you should check out Thaw of the Lich Lord.